quarterback because, as you know, everybody has him in top, top two, top three, maybe top five debates. They say he's him and Patrick Mahomes are the next Tom Brady and Peyton Manning, but he hasn't. He's only beaten him in the regular season. Hasn't beaten him in the playoffs. And every playoff game, he makes mistakes or he does something. It may not be fully the responsibility may not be fully on him, but as the quarterback, he's going to get majority of the blame. So, are we still able to consider Josh Allen a great quarterback in that sense? Is he still like a top five or a top two? Is he what do we consider him?
Yeah, that's a great question. I was actually thinking about that earlier because all summed up to it, they ended up, losing off of a 37-yard field goal attempt, 38-yard field goal attempt, because, we were already all thinking if the Bills end up losing this game, they're going to be cutting some ties with people. But, I mean, it was the kicker. Like, they kept it a tied game. They kept it right there with the Chiefs the whole time. And who knows if they would have hit that field goal, they could have, went on to the next game, possibly even won the Super Bowl. But answering your Josh Allen question, I mean, yeah, I definitely think, I don't know if I'd put him in top three. I mean, top five, 100%, probably top three. But yeah, I definitely think he's still a superstar QB for sure. I mean, we all have seen he's definitely got a super high ceiling. And, so a lot of those receivers were just dropping balls. I mean, Josh Allen was pretty much doing everything for them.
Yeah,
So
Diggs had that big 64-yard drop right up at the end right up at the end there. It was a perfect ball. I mean, you can't place a football any better than that. That was right up in the basket there. He just dropped it.
Yeah,
Now,
for sure.
Now, hear me out on this. Let me hear your take on this little analogy that I was thinking of. I'm thinking Josh Allen is kind of like the modern era Phillip Rivers, where he's good. He's got the stats every year. He has the wins in the regular season, but when it comes to playoff time, he always faces a Tom Brady, a Peyton Manning, he always just faces somebody who just has the best of them. And we didn't really, while he was playing, we didn't really consider Phillip Rivers. I guess a lot of people didn't really regularly have him in their top five, top three debates as it was. But when he retired and when you look back on his career, Phillip Rivers was a monster. You know what I'm saying? Phillip Rivers was a great quarterback, but he played in the time of even better quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? He played in the times of the Tom Brady's, of the Drew Breeses, of the Aaron Rodgers, of the Peyton Mannings. And I think that's kind of similar to Josh Allen. Josh Allen is a fantastic talent. He's got the arm talent. He can run. He's big. He's mean. But he's playing in the times of the Patrick Mahomes, the Joe Burrows, the Lamar Jacksons, the Dak Prescotts, even the Jalen Hurts, you know what I'm saying? So he's surrounded by all these other good quarterbacks that just find a way to get a better of him every year. So I think I still think Josh Allen is a great quarterback. I definitely consider him top five. Top three, I'm not 100% sure. Top five, definitely though. But I consider him like a Phillip Rivers, like a modern day Phillip Rivers, where you have just a whole bunch of talent, but you have a bunch of other talented people too that you just can't really beat. And they might have a better squad or their team might do something a little bit differently than your team does. But at the end of the day, at the end of the career when he retires, we're not going to go back and look and be like, well, in this game, Tyler Bass missed the field goal that could have tied it. Stephon Diggs dropped the pass. We're not going to do that. We're just going to look just straight up, numbers, Super Bowl wins, victories, losses, head to head. We don't really do the nitty gritty. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't do that for Brady.
Yeah.
They don't go in. They don't go into each individual game, even though he's been saved by kicks. He's lost by kicks. He's lost by, you know what I'm saying? So I think that Josh Allen to Phillip Rivers comparison is better for him. I think it's more suitable because I feel like people are going to be disrespecting Josh Allen a little bit too much. Saying he's not a top flight quarterback. He's not this. He's not that. But in all reality, he is. He's just going up against even better talent than what he is.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting take for sure. I never really thought of it like that. But some ties are definitely going to be cut over there. I don't know what it is, what's going to happen, but I'm having a feeling something. I think Josh Allen, yeah.
You think
Josh Allen's definitely going to stay.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say he was going to go somewhere or something. I was going to be like, what? No. I don't see that. They can't give him up, not at all. I mean, they hired a new offensive coordinator halfway through the season. The last half of the season that they had that offensive I forget his name. It's slipping from me. I think Ben Connolly or something. I could be way off. I have no idea. But honestly, I just threw a name out there. But their offense looked way better. Josh Allen looked way better. He was committing less turnovers. He wasn't trying to play, that superhero style ball. He was just making the plays that he needed to make. You know what I'm saying? And then I was also looking at his career numbers. I was looking at his career numbers versus Mahomes, and he's been in the league 1 year less than Mahomes has, and Mahomes has 6,000 more yards than him. In which Mahomes has had more playoff game. Obviously he's gone farther in the playoffs and stuff like that. So Mahomes has 6,000 more yards, a 50 or so more touchdowns, but he also has less interceptions. So you give Josh Allen another year in another regular season, 7 and if you have him 7-7, those numbers will probably get a little bit closer. But they're not far off. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like Mahomes and Josh Allen's stats are so drastically far apart where it's like Josh Allen is dog water. He's not.
Yeah, he's not.
He's a great talent, but he's surrounded by greater talent, which is just unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? It's like when people are hanging out. It's like when people are hanging out with me. It's like, yeah, you're cool, but shit, man, you're hanging out with me. I'm cooler. It's tough. It's tough. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you can't do nothing. But it's whatever. But
Yeah.
but still, I do still talking about the Chiefs here. I do want to